for sure, 100%. I like Bigfoot a lot, so much in fact, that I printed out this screen cap of the Patterson-Gimlin film when I was like 12 and put it on my wall. That's right, I had no money for a poster, so I printed out this screen cap and put it on my wall. And there it has remained. I'm about to move, so I took it off, but she will come with me. So yes, let's establish this. I love Bigfoot. I'm slightly afraid of Bigfoot, but only after my dad had us listen to the audiobook of Devolution on our most recent road trip to the West Coast. In general, I'm a big fan, and I am 100% a believer. But an important part of this is to understand why I believe in Bigfoot. So, the short story is the Patterson-Gimlin film. If you don't know what the Patterson-Gimlin film is, look it up, research it. It's entirely fascinating and amazing. I believe in Bigfoot because I believe that the creature in the Patterson-Gimlin film is Bigfoot. I believe you can't tell me otherwise. That is Bigfoot. Her right here. This is Bigfoot. When I first saw the Patterson-Gimlin film, I was like, that looks like someone in a suit. It doesn't really look that much like Bigfoot, you know? Like what's all this facial hair going on? Why does it have tits? I was kind of confused. I was kind of skeptical. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Because the Patterson-Gimlin film is like pretty much the most famous piece of evidence for Bigfoot like out there ever. And honestly, what spurred the world's general fascination with Bigfoot. I don't know if I used that word right, but we have a small brain. So, when I first saw this, I was like, not that convincing really, you know? So I was already kind of into Bigfoot, you know, curious, really wanted to believe, but, you know, I believe in science and stuff, so I was kind of skeptical, and I was definitely skeptical of the Patterson-Gimlin film. And then, I saw something that changed my life. I saw a 40-minute documentary episode of the National Geographic series called The Truth Behind, and they would investigate different things, Bigfoot, aliens, different stuff like that. It changed my life. This must have been like 4 years ago or something like that. Like, it was a while ago. But the evidence that they presented in that documentary solidified in my mind that this is real. I couldn't convince myself otherwise after that. I thought about it all the time. I went to sleep and I was thinking about it. I woke up and I was thinking about it. They do all of these sorts of things in it that really proved to me how definitively that is Bigfoot, right? So, you know, they do all sorts of interviews and investigations and all that sort of stuff. They work a lot with the casts of the footprints, but what really convinced me was their examination of the Bigfoot pictured in that film, right? So they stabilized it and they really studied it, and they say all sorts of things about the costume technology of that time, because clearly if you look at that, that's not something other, that's not like a different animal or like something someone mistook for Bigfoot, right? That's, if it's not Bigfoot, it's someone in a costume. It can't be anything else than that. So they really went. My phone ran out of storage, so if this is at a slightly different angle, I am sorry, but I'm back. So I believe what I was saying is that they really went in and studied all of the different costume technologies of that time period, which was in the 60s. Oh my gosh, I used to know this so well. I think it was 1964 that the Patterson-Gimlin film came out, because the Patterson-Gimlin film was shot the same year that all that Mothman stuff in Point Place, Virginia happened, so it was kind of like big brain. So they studied all of that technology, and they basically proved, and they talked to all these different people that agreed that kind of costuming was not possible at that time. The length of the arms, you know, the way that the muscles moved. I'm sorry, my phone ran out of storage again, but I really want to complete this video, so here we go. The way that the muscles moved under the suit and everything, and they talked to a lot of experts in costuming design. Basically, that type of costume is possible now in modern days, or I believe in 2009, I think, is when the docu episode thing came out, but it was not possible back then. And they also did some things with some hair DNA research type stuff, and I thought that was kind of sus, because basically what they did was like they set a trap to catch some of the hair, and then they did DNA research on that. But I think if you caught some hair from this trap, why would you not like put a camera or something there too, you know? So that seemed kind of sus to me. But basically the rest of this documentary just seemed, and I haven't watched this in 4 years, keep in mind, but during that time, and I was 4 years ago, I was, let's see, if I'm 16 now, 15, 14, I'm so bad at math, I was 12 years old, right? I was 12 years old. So I watched this probably at least 10 times after I first saw it, and it just seemed extremely credible to me, this film, and it really honestly solidified part of like myself, because this is how important Bigfoot is to me. And so I've been thinking about how much I want to go back and watch that film now that I'm older and I can think about things even more critically and look into things even more. And so I would really love to go back to watch that film and research exactly who is in it, how credible they are, and really take a deeper look at it, right? And also, if that does seem credible, I would love to recommend that documentary to people who are skeptical or who want to know why I believe so strongly that Sasquatch is real. But I cannot find it anywhere, okay? When I first watched it 4 years ago, it was on Netflix, right? And I watched it so many times. But after looking for it more recently, there is no trace of it, not on the National Geographic website, not on Netflix, not on the Netflix archives. The only 2 traces I can find of it anywhere on the internet, not on YouTube or anything like that, is one, there's an IMDb page for it. That is definitely it, right? And it doesn't have any links on where to watch it or anything like that, but that is definitely it, the IMDb. I'll link the IMDb page in the description. Also, there is like a blog post of someone who is into Sasquatch. They posted about it. They were like, watch this documentary, guys, it's really good. And they posted that in like 2012 or something like that, right? But they linked it to it, the link does not work, and I cannot find, not only can I not find anywhere to watch this film / episode anywhere, I can find barely a trace that it ever existed. So, first of all, kind of sus, right? Second of all, please help me. I'm so frustrated about this. If you know what I'm talking about, or you're good at researching these things, if you can find this for me, please, dear Lord, help me, okay? Because this is going to drive me nuts, because it's like so important to me. So I've just been really frustrated about that, and I needed to talk about it. So those are my Sasquatch frustrations today. I talk about Sasquatch a decent amount and other stuff like that. So if you want to hear more, you know, subscribe to my channel, all that stuff. But I needed to vent about this because no one else listens. I'm kidding. Some people do, but not very many. And also, my dad is like working and no one else is home. So yeah. Anyway, bye. Thank you.